Yo, yo, whoop, whoop, what's up, Bearcats? It's hump day. We're here, we're hanging, we're chilling. It's the HMG AEW Dynamite Watch Long and Belt Count. Hope you're all having a great week. Thank you for stopping in and joining us this evening. Make sure you sign your NDA and get your belt counts in. Whoop, whoop. Yep, we're the best. Wrestle and turn a small package into, I'm going to spike you on your head.
For the AEW World Championship and All In.
All right, here we go. Kicking things off here. We got the Lab Rat in the house. In the ring is one of the legends, baby, Mr. Tony Schiavone. Hey, what a big way to kick it off. You saw last Sunday night, Double or Nothing. We know who it is. Hey, and I hate to say I told you so, but we told you so. Hey, let's go, Brandon, in RBV. Hold on. Scratch that. AEW Wednesday night, RBV gone. I want to be known as Dynamite Dick. I'm bringing the dick back, baby. Putting the dick back in professional wrestling here on Wednesday nights, HMG. But, brother, you and me, I think we were the only ones regularly talking about Hangman in the sense it made for him to be in this position.
Yep. I mean, because he is Mr. AEW. He's been there since day one. Although I would have thought I would like to sing Will Do It, but
hey, it makes sense in the fitting. He is one of the originals. But what do you got there, man? You have got those band of degenerate, low-down desperados, the Death Riders. They're coming to town. They're coming to the Old West. We're in Texas, baby. Stadium show, super size, biggest show that AEW has run domestically. And the Death Riders have taken control of AEW. So what do you need? You need a hero in all white to come riding into town. The cowboy, the hangman, for that clear the streets. Little tumbleweed goes blowing across the street there for that final showdown at the OK Corral down there. And it's the hangman.
all right, so I'm going to say, I think we're going to go 14 tonight. We're already at 1.
Oh, we got a new one. Yeah, we got a new belt into play.
Yep, I think that's the Owen Hart.
That's the Owen Hart
Cup.
But it comes with a belt.
Yep.
Okay.
It's momentary. You're on top of the world. In the past 2 years, in the moment, you realize that I'm being completely honest with myself. But so is the past 3 years.
I know the vet was very disappointed, though, that Ospreay, not the one here with that belt, kicking things off.
Being completely honest with myself. In the past 3 years, that's something that I let myself lose sight of.
Actually, a very somber at Next Level this morning. Those guys were not in a good mood with good cause. Their beloved Knicks down 3-1. Not looking good for whoop them Knicks. Whoop them Knicks. The Midwest baby handling business out here in our neck of the woods, Brandon. But you had the Knicks going down 3-1. Vet will just win it that Ospreay didn't win, but more so. You also had that big news out of NXT, TNA, about Trick taking the belt. I know you guys had a great conversation about that over on the Impact Act, but Stephanie McCurr shocked. The world shocked. No longer the NXT Women's Champion. Stacey Jane out of nowhere, man. Where the hell did that come from?
Smells like Stephanie McCurr is getting the call up.
I heard it, but I was talking to our own Mr. Colin Wysong, and he was filling me and him and Frito Scoops. William Alcia were telling me about some bad biz, potentially a little hangover. Not the hangman, a hangover from her days in Mexico.
Ooh.
And there was cartel and all that, so maybe something with AAA. But again, I get that. If you're going to have the call up, and then said this immediate when Jordan Grace lost Sunday at Battleground, it's time for her to go up as well. There's not really much for her without that championship in NXT. I get calling them up, but why? Why put it on JC for the transition?
Who knows? Like it seems like they might be treating it as all three of them are the kind of the champion because they all three of them pulled off that swerve to get into that position where they can.
I don't know. I don't see any money on any of them. I guess for the shock value, because I'll be honest, as we listen, Hangman here is. I think he's just rehashing what he said from the scrum, right? Just kind of laying the heart out there about what this means to him.
Yeah, I think something like that. I think so.
Grace Labrat, most likely on her way up as well. She doesn't need to be in NXT right now. Get her up on the main roster. But again, I just don't understand the call with JC. There is so much talent in NXT. Shock. I had given up on that match so much. I was a little tired. I was just going to turn it off. I wasn't even going to watch it because I figured it was just a wash, you know?
That championship has been hidden from the world, locked away in a briefcase.
Will Wrestling Sport, hey, a new one with us. Just found our channel. Awesome, man.
Welcome. Glad to have you here. Whoop, whoop.
Hey, man, check out all the content. We got some of the best talking heads. Our pros are second to none. They'll always bring in the heat. Hot. Great insight. Versatile from professional wrestling. He implements a lot of what he's had and what he brought from the world of improv, from the theater. Been involved with theater since he was since I think he could walk. Ben Hameen, OVW alum. We also got regularly with us the vet, one of the best insights, breakdown review men in podcasting, in professional wrestling, man. Some of the best. And again, our talking heads, Brandon, here every night with the watch-alongs. He's had a background. He's been professionally trained. He's been on the road working the indies. Big Ray, his mentor was Bill Apter. I think I don't have to go any further with that. MSG, tremendous background. Master Controlman works at ESPN. Great insight. Great passion out of our down under buddy, Jimmy T. Great producer. Our Wednesday locker crew, we got Strangler Steve, who actually broke in with Triple H. He's a Killer Kowalski guy. Wednesday night locker room, a great team there. Am I forgetting anybody, Brandon?
I don't know. Does Stevie Richards put stuff directly on the Hami Media Group channel?
Yeah, Stevie's with us. He's a brother of it. He does occasional drop-ins for the Friday locker room, things like that, but more of the Russo brand stuff and with his show now. But he started with us, a mentor to a bunch of us.
Yeah.
Brad, I'm agreeing here, man. I still cannot buy into this Metro Cowboy. To me, I've always called him the Cowboy. That's the vibe that I get from him. So I can't. It's hard to take him as this tough guy. I know we lay out the story of is that lone hero that's gonna stick up for the town down in that showdown in Texas coming up in All In, the biggest domestic show that they've ever done. But if this is my town, if this is my old West hero, I'm just packing up. I'm just going to go up and live in the reservation. I'm converting to Comanche. Oh, great. Talk about sucking charisma out of a fucking room.
What's that? Oh, you kind of glitched. I think it kind of glitched out there a little bit.
Oh, I said talk about sucking all the charisma out of the room. We get the Young Bucks out here.
Yeah.
We still love you at the bench, and we know you love us too, buddy. Swerve to be that champion ever again, and we did that for you. We do not forget who our friends are. We still love you, Adam Page, and we know
the same
you love
opportunity
us.
that you conveniently have at All In Texas coming up against John Moxley in that AEW World Championship. At Dynasty in the main event.
Yeah, but most of the women released were in NXT. The majority of them. There is a ton of talent, women-wise, inside of WWE right now, and there's a lot of hungry women that are ready to move up They need a shot in the arm in both the blue and the red. So, hey, I don't think anybody's safe. Even the upper echelon needs to be watching their asses, kicking into another gear here. But especially that middle of the pack. People with belts, like a Vega, and watch out. This belt.
It's so funny and convenient, and now you have a clear path to the AEW World Championship.
Yeah, glitching out again.
I lost. So I'm going to call collusion on this. You
Who I am?
Promise the people in Texas. Let's talk about a promise that you made.
What's that?
Who was glitching?
Oh, you sound like you're glitching out there.
No, I wasn't talking.
Oh.
Might have been my background. I got it up a little more than I usually do. I'll turn it down.
So I'm here, right here in this ring, staring at you, looking at you, man to man, eye to eye. And I'm going to ask you, don't you freaking lie to me.
Lab Rat's got 8 belts. What else did we see in there? I saw 13. No monikers needed, Mr. Brantley. 13 belts. What are you going with, Brandon?
14.
14? There's that number again, Pete Rose.
Well, dumbass. At Dynasty, I locked my eyes on you. Then I locked my eyes on Jon Moxley. And for one God-forsaken second, I even thought about helping you. So if I wanted to cost you that match, I would have done it myself to your face because I have done it before.
Sounds good, but you're still full of shit.
Is that just like a cool European haircut now that Ospreay has? Because it's the same haircut I had in high school.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I had that haircut almost 30 years ago. Yes, Bradley, I think that Hangman wins. We get the cowboy hero moment. And really right now, I know a lot of the fans are very disappointed that it's not Ospreay. A lot of people surprised that it's not Ospreay. But in that same breath, especially those inside deep into AEW bubble that try to defend everything for them, hey, you would when you're carrying that flag. That's the thing that you do. Everybody seems to be against the Death Riders. So no matter who goes and ends that, the crowd's going to be behind.
You've looked after me ever since I was 20 years old. I look at you like
I think they could bring in Hulk Hogan and the crowd would cheer right now as long as it meant the end of the Death Riders.
Listen, you learn a lot about someone when you get in the ring with them.
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't mind him squashing them. Like, remember, like go through like the Dungeon of Doom.
Yes. Yeah. The Death Riders are like the new Dungeon of Doom. Dungeon of Doom 2025. 25K, baby.
He walked up that road, turned back, picked me up, and he stood in this ring and
you know what? For WWE 25K, whatever what is it? Was that what they call their game now?
I looked in his eyes.
Or
Fight Forever. Whoever can get their rights at it. I could probably WWE still owns them. But yes, I'm not a gamer, but I would watch on Twitch someone playing as them if they had one of those downloadable packages of the Dungeon of Doom. Give me the vet as the Dungeon of Doom on a WWE video game, or you over on Twitch. I'm there.
People are starting to believe in us.
The D Riders. That's what we need to have that as a women's name for a women's stable.
Because I love you. But it's not you.
Or maybe, hey, we got Pride Month coming up. Maybe Anthony Bowens can get a group called the Deer Riders.
Double team finisher is called reverse cowgirl.
We've got one shot at this.
Instead of the powers of pain, they have the powers of bottom.
And we can make this easier on him.
Oh, I popped myself on that
If
one.
we all work together. You, me, and Hangman.
I was hoping Liz might show up. I got somebody who is going to be taking a road trip with me here in June to go down to one of those cookout restaurants.
Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing. Dude, we need a blog of that. Or something, or a video of that, or something of that.
All right, we got Ospreay interjecting himself here. Ospreay taking that big D, no pun intended there, that big defeat, losing out on his spot and all in. Obviously got to be heartbroken here, but Swerve storms from the ring. Now the number one contender on his way out. What were they saying here? Fill me in. Give me the gist here, Brent.
Yeah, I think Ospreay's trying to play the peacemaker, saying like this is kind of bigger than what's between you two guys. When
So he's saying, "Hey, man, let's focus here. We got to focus on the Death Riders."
And Paige and Swerve want nothing to do with it.
All right, he's trying to be the great uniter.
They actually have some decent enough time to build to July 12th. They got time.
Another big wrestling weekend that weekend. You're going to have the 4-banger from WWE, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday shot. Then, of course, AEW building up. Again, it's going to be their biggest domestic show. Big stadium show down there in Texas. They're down at the Rangers ballpark, correct?
I believe so, yes. Yeah, just outside, I think it's outside
Globe Life Field, Arlington, Texas.
Oh, you just see during the Anarchy in the arena match, they had bodies playing over on loop.
Yeah. All right, record there. This could be doable for them. This could be really doable, man. If they get out there and hustle this, man, I'm rooting for them. I hope that they absolutely crush this. Record attendance there, regular capacity there is 40,300. Record, though, is said that's set up for a concert, 43,598. Guess what that was for? I gave you 3 guesses.
Taylor
Said
Swift?
a concert, gave you a clue, gave you a concert.
Taylor Swift?
Nope. Taylor probably would have crushed that if they could have got that more in there. Morgan Wallen, October 8th,
Wow.
2022. No, look how they had that configured.
I think AEW could pull it off if they do a good enough job building to it and having good enough TV. I think they can do it.
I don't know about that, man. To me, you got to rely on more. You got to get some, people that'll be on the fence there. I think where they honestly need to be focusing, and I know Tony talked about AEW, WWE running the same dates as AEW. To him, he's popping some boner like that, like, oh, they see us as competition, but he thinks that wrestling is going to win this thing. No, man, you've got to get out there and market your ass off. Attack WWE right now, WWE doesn't see AEW as competition. So this is one-sided, but it's okay. Use that as fuel to fire your team, to fire your drive here. And Tony, right now, WWE is operating on a different business level where they are just freaking gouging everybody. And I'd go after them on that one. I'd start coming up with some amazing fan packages, especially to promote family, to bring everybody come out here and work with the locals there to make sure that people can experience the local culture, the cuisine, that they've got a nice place to stay, that they know how to get around while they're down there to see the different sites and also experience the awesomeness that you're pitching as AEW. That's where they need to go. That's where they need to focus right here.
That's a spot where WWE and TKO as a whole are vulnerable, where people are just exhausted and from paying all these ticket prices.
It's getting worse. You know, I was just listening to something with Corny and Brian last, where I mean they're pulling $1 million gates for live events overseas right now, where the average ticket's like $260, one seat for a live event. Attack that. And don't do the stupid run Tony out there saying, I understand. No, you don't understand. You're a billionaire. But you can still say, hey, you know, I'm here. I'm in the fight because I've got this kind of money, but I'm not going to price gouge you. I do got all this money. Use that as your angle. They're just greedy pigs going after you. I'm here because I want to grow professional wrestling, and I want you to see this amazing vision, these amazing talents, this amazing product that I have, and we're going to make sure you can. We want you to be a part of the growth of AEW. Not, hey, we need $25,000 to have dinner with our champ. Let's see. I don't know. After lines of cocaine, are you hungry? I'm not exactly sure how that drug works.
Yeah, I don't see a belt anywhere. I know we have one from that Owen Hart belt.
Yeah, the Owen Hart. And we wouldn't have seen this belt because it should have been in a briefcase. Advertise six-person tag here.
Back Briscoe up to the corner, but Briscoe firing back, trying to get over to Speedball, trying to get back over to Willow, but just seeing a strong forearm right there. Marina jumping Willow to the inside. Things are breaking open here.
Like, this is odd placing. Like, you got your world champion in a random 6-man that's after the opening segment or after the opening in ring.
Is it? Might want to protect their world champ because they know where those ratings dip. They probably try to hold people right now. I'm guessing right now you had that Big Bang lead in. Always good for them. You do have that kind of that hot open here. I'm okay with this, actually. You know, even in the sense of, hey, you had that hot open that you're selling that story. Hey, can we rally the troops? We've got to stick together. You kind of got that hero or that uniter in Ospreay. And who are they talking about? The Death Rider. So keep that fresh in our heads.
Picture in picture. Whoop, whoop.
Did you see on Twitter, Deonna Purrazzo? They might be in her neck of the woods tonight. I don't know where they're coming to us from. But someone asked if she will be pulling up on Dynamite tonight, and she replied to the tweet, probably in picture, because they run her online graduate commercial. That popped me. I get a little laugh at dinner over that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So we do got the Purrazzo watch for picture in picture. The Pip, the Purrazzo in picture. Absolute sweetheart. Very fun to be around. Great personality.
I like seeing her in TNA. I thought she did pretty well there.
Yeah, when she was with TNA, that's when I got to work with her. She came to Cincinnati when I was helping with their PR trail.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so she did the ESPN spots with us. And actually, this was funny. So we have her and Moose. And, you get that easy tie-in with Moose, who went, and they were in the same weekend doing PR as the NFL draft. So that's the big buzz, and we were doing an on-site. We're out at Dickman Sports Bar over in Northern Kentucky. Bo Yeager from our local ESPN radio affiliate running his show there. Packed house, man. A couple hundred people there. So they have each of them come in and do a segment. And you'd think Moose would be the big hit, who went through the draft, went to the Patriots, played with Tom Brady, all of that stuff, right? And I still remember when we get there, Moose telling me, like, man, I hate talking about football. So I had to give him cliff notes to get ready for the interview, like what was going on, who the high picks are, who was looking to go at that time. Gianna hopped right in, man. She's a football chick. Football chick.
Faster. He even replaces multiple cleaning products.
Yeah, but of course she had that. She was big time crushing on PB12 Tom Brady.
You go with 1 gram total sugar. You get to 20 grams of protein.
MLW going against Contra was a better story to get their locker room going. Probably was. They do some good stuff down in MLW. I was watching a little bit of MLW when the Contra stuff started up, but I didn't write it out.
Welcome back to AEW Dynamite. Mitch Trails managed to kick off the action here tonight. So, John Moxley, big elbow drop, level press, made on Mark Briscoe. And let's think about
You had to talk about reward tonight, so I decided to cash it in.
Oh, I was just going to ask you what you got. What's your Taco Bell order?
So I got the loaded beef nachos, the double beef cheesy burrito, and I just cashed in on a free taco.
Ooh, nice.
It doesn't cost too much, and
today I stopped and had a late lunch, little Cincinnati classic. Hashtag Cincy style, hashtag God's chili. Had me some cheese conies. And for dinner, and just before we went to live, I finished them off. I had some bacon, some BLTs. Hold the tea, add some onion. A little surprised with the Death Riders, especially with Moxley in there, having this much trouble with this trio. Oh yeah, Lab, right at Taco Bell, man. That's authentic. That's real deal Mexicano. It's so real deal Mexicano, man. Trump's thinking about banning it. Run back across the border.
I don't know how I managed to get past those tariffs.
Does Speedball not wear shoes?
He's never worn shoes. Even when he was in TNA, never wore shoes.
I just noticed that. I'm not a big fan of bare feet wrestlers.
Neither am I, but I think at least with his gimmick and his character, he does kind of make it work.
What's the gimmick and character?
I forgot they did more of that in TNA than they do here. So he just shows up and wrestles. But yeah, it's more like kind of like a.
What's like? Is this like a really fast wiener?
It was more like an honorable martial arts type, gimmick. But he's also like very cheesy and had a weird charisma about him when he cut his promos or did his vignettes or pre-tapes. Like it was cheesy, it was weird, and goofy and a little bit cringe, but in a weird way, it just kind of worked. And he found a way to make it work.
I heard him talking on over on Twix, like in just a quick little interview thing, and it was like a legit interview. It wasn't like a in ring something like that, or set up like on a wrestling show. But he came like I couldn't believe I was like, is someone really talking like this? He was like the most weirdo, woke nerd I've ever heard. Like I immediately just wanted to stick his head in a toilet.
Yeah, that is exactly how he sounds when he cuts his promos. Except, but when he's in character and he cuts that stuff out, it's in a weird way. It just you can do something with that. I think
that's what I was asking about pronouns or something. I don't know. I can't remember. It was a couple of weeks ago. All right, so he's in the 80s. All right, I get that. He does kind of look like one of those ladies, like nerd sports guys, or like from one of like the BX movies of the 80s or something like that.
that needs to be like a goofy indie jobber tag team. Hot dog and a handshake.
AEW can make like that their code of honor, like Ring of Honor. All right, we're at picture in picture here.
Yeah,
no Deanna. Not yet, is she? There's that Applebee's all-you-can-eat trio. Now, do you have to pick just one, or can you mix and match? I wonder. Can someone that maybe is educated on Applebee's do some research? Can I go there and have like a plate of chicken tenders into a plate of the riblets and a plate of shrimp, or do I have to pick one?
All I know is that you can't take it home with you. Like there's no leftovers.
Oh, damn, that ain't gonna fly, bro. You see them Big Mac sisters in there with them big old purses filling that up. I don't see that on no advertisement. No, I'm not stereotyping. I have actually seen that at a restaurant. So the Golden Corral lady came in, man. She had a like suitcase size carry on. Like she would have to check this thing at the airport, and she was loading that up with all the fixings.
I think the first time I ever heard about doing that at an all-you-can-eat buffet is do you remember the movie Blank Check?
Vaguely, yes.
There's a scene where the kid hires his limo driver tells him, like, yes, take all the food you want from an all-you-can-eat buffet. It doesn't say all-you-can-eat here. So just line your pockets with plastic bags and just start stuffing them.
What? All right, so just so I'm not picking, singling people out or picking on anybody. My own great-grandfather, God rest his soul, Vic Vickery. He was an old cheapskate, old railroader, but a cheapskate like no other. And dude loved smorgasbords. Loved going out for, the under, like back then, when he was still alive. I'm young, like $5.99, all you could eat, So this cheap bastard, they just bring out fresh, hot fried chicken. So instead of like paying for the go container, because they charge you like $2 for an extra to go container. So he's going to put this fucking fresh out of the fryer, fresh into the buffet, chicken into his pocket. So he just folds it up into a napkin. Fold it up to a napkin, puts it in his pocket. That old son of a bitch got 3rd-degree burns on his scrotum. Go to the hospital for it. Oh, yeah. So before I get any heat on
Ask your cardiologist.
saying such and such about such and such. Yes. So my own great grandfather, 3rd-degree burns on his scrotum. That's the old style buffet.
Oh man, that's classic.
He was a crazy son of a bitch, man. Worked the rails and drank beer. That was his life. And hustled pool and golf. Also, total womanizer too. Like there was we found out upon his death that like he had a complete. So like here, so like it's like all right, got my great grandfather. He had my grandfather. He had a wife. My grandfather get married. My grandma has kids. So and so you go down the chain. Here's me. There's like a mirror of a whole family that lived in Indy. So like he was like running the rails from Indy to Cincinnati. So up there, he had a wife, he had a kid, had grandkids, had great grandkids, had the whole thing. And we figured out when he died.
Bruh.
Keep your heat away from my meat. Taste the meat, not the heat.
Put your meat on my meat.
Words of wisdom from Hank Hill. Speaking of where the hell is our King of the Hill reboot? Come on, Hulu. Come on, Judd.
That Hulu ain't right. I tell you what.
Why is this match still on?
They got to get their shit in, pal.
This is your top. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is your top faction that's been running roughshod all over this company. Has held the title hostage. There's allegedly in that suitcase. And you are taking on three. I'm sorry. Love me some Briscoe. Love me some Willow. Speedball's in there. Bottom dwellers. He got some bottom dwellers. And we are at 20 till 9 o'clock. 40 minutes into the first hour of this program. I know we did have the opening segment and a little talking there, but that really didn't run that long.
Briscoe, you want to go to Briscoe launching drop kicks through the ropes.
What's the third guy there with the Death Riders? The Goonie looking Moxley?
Gabe Kidd.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like tip of my tongue.
Everybody making sure they get into position. Of course, kick out, keep going.
Was watching backstage again. The double underhook. Between these two men.
Gotta wait 20 minutes for that. 20 minutes to set up a match for Saturday's Collision.
And it was what, 10 seconds for him to do the walk across on the ropes?
Right. It's really cool. This happened like 12 minutes ago.
That's really Marina Shafir's move that she's doing. It's called Mother's Milk, where she shoves her opponent's head right into her chest.
That's her move.
Yup. Dude, she no joke. She pulled Willow outside of the ring, and she had basically just pulled like at her head right in her chest.
So the Butch with 0 titties is doing Mother's Milk.
Where the best.
Thank you, Lab Rat. Yeah, can we get a This Is Wrestling chant? We hurt people.
It was not just a momentous occasion, it was a historical occasion because two things happened tonight. This was the consecutive successful title defense of the AEW Tag Team Championships and the debut of the young genius Maxwell Jacob Friedman as a full-fledged member of the Hurt Syndicate.
That is 2 belts. Or I'm sorry, 3 belts now.
Yeah. Oh, we count those separate?
Oh, yeah, we're counting those. Yeah, check out belt. Yeah, each belt is separate.
I thought we didn't count them. I thought they had to be in actual.
This is original footage for this. For this
okay, all right, I got you. So it's original footage, so even if it's a video package.
Yep.
Which I think is all right, because they're eventually going to make their way out here sometime, right?
I would imagine.
I mean, we only got,
or maybe
got an hour, 15 minutes left. Maybe we don't. Oh, got a no DQ tag match between the ladies. That'll probably go 10 minutes. Check that. 15 minutes. Check it. 22 minutes. Oh, no. Oh, no. Penelope means business.
You want to keep the Divas, so tonight it's a no disqualification match, just like you always want.
That means you're my next
sacrifice. That was cringe. That was so cringe. Megan Bain needs somebody to talk for, and not Penelope Ford.
That almost worked on my television because I have the sound off, but I could hear yours.
Have you seen these two together?
They did have a good little match this past Sunday. Now let's see what they can do with the gimmick here slapped on it.
On the inside, I'm like,
I can see Harley Cameron succeeding in WWE.
She would need some significant time in NXT.
True, yes.
And I think she needs somebody that understands her talents, her skill set, that can help coach her to better fit into the world of professional wrestling. Every time she, pull it back a little bit. I mean, she's just trying to run at like 20 at all times.
Online and hybrid courses and lifetime career services. Learn about our more than
right. And like Ben always says, it's better and easier to have to rein somebody in and pull something out of them.
Somebody like if Ben could work with her, she could go to a completely different level and be very, very successful.
Vivaldi is not approved for elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Senadorphan, a medicine in the
Yeah, no, those two are gorgeous, but it's like on these promo starts and it kills it.
While we're at commercial, is there a way? I have not run a live stream since they have made some of these adjustments. Is there a way to turn off that constant scrolling corner chat on the screen?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh,
it's actually a new feature.
Okay, I saw it in there when I was doing something the other day, but I haven't done a live through my account yet. I've done some 10 count stuff with Paz. So I have to go live tomorrow with a race report. I was just curious.
Yeah, it's a new feature.
This is crazy, but it will produce significant good works.
I'm kind of selective on what gets thrown up there on their race report because sometimes people just say stupid shit.
Yeah, you kind of be careful with that.
The Phoenicians. PG-13 in theaters everywhere June 6th.
Per animal, clinical and animal strain can help. It's backed by science. It is clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this.
Friday night Fridays at 8 on CBS.
It's got to be the most famous trophy in all of sports, right? This is why they play the game. To lift it for a moment. To keep it for a day. To be honest. After double or nothing. After I had laid waste to Mark so that I will continue with my quest for gold, a quest that I had been on since day one here at AEW, but I stopped. And I look around AEW and I get the lay of the land. And
Oh man, I just got like a disgusting looking suggestion for a reel. I don't know why I clicked on it. Oh wait, that's just Ricochet.
And I look around AEW.
Him on his quest for gold. And once I do, once I find the perfect crew, then I will continue to show everybody why Ricochet is simply out of this gold world.
And once I do, once I find.
All right, while Ricochet's out of this world, he is Mr. $1 Million printing money, but he cuts his promo in the most scumbag place in the arena.
Yeah, not like his own private penthouse, not a balcony.
Yeah, let me go over here I'm sure he was a beat up trailer, disregarded equipment. I'm sure there was a dumpster probably right by him.
With their opponents here tonight, it's getting to the point. Megan James no more demanding this no disqualification match with a considerable amount of recent history with their opponents.
You know, I'll give Penelope Ford her credit. She's at least committing to the bit and adjusting to match Megan Bane's gimmick. Like they're actually a unit. They look like a unit.
Well, gotta do what you gotta do to stay on television, bro. Yeah. All right, touche. I like that one. Mr. No Monicas. Oh, watch out. Here come them cowgirls. Woo! Hey, Teammates getting the shit kicked out of her. How about instead of loading up the ring with chairs, maybe go in there and help her? Just a suggestion.
Yeah, and who's using the chairs? The opponent.
Have a seat, Megan.
You're watching, no DQ, no disqualification. So that's why all these weapons are allowed. Chairs and nasty DDT.
Pro wrestling, you're watching, no DQ, it's no disqualification. So that's why all these weapons are allowed.
Nasty DDTs.
You're banging on a trash can there. The skull planet firmly. And this is broken the
I gotta take a pee break. Be right back.
Yeah, right, Brandon. Bunch of sexy ladies in the ring, and you're running off to the bathroom to pee. Sure thing, buddy. All right, little game of Pong here for the Megasis. Uh-oh. Swing and a miss by both ladies. Megasis with that big flying double clothesline takedown. The Amazon, the goddess, taking an overwhelmingly demand here in this match. Talk about have a seat. How about this one? Going to get her to set up here. Who she got there? Harley. Well, drop toe hold, takedown. Nice teamwork. Whoever said that on commentary, I will agree. Tremendous teamwork. That's what you got to do here if you're Harley and Anna Jay. Divide and conquer. Get rid of that pest, that knot, Penelope, so that the two of you can focus on the Amazon, the Wonder Woman. Hey, that's how you take out a net.
Nah, thank God I'm not that fast.
It's all right, buddy. It's all right. You got all the momentum in the world. You are thriving in there. You got the game plan. You're taking Penelope out so that you can focus together on Megan. And now what do you do? Well, we're going to take 2 minutes to go set up a table.
This is only the beginning of your favorite movie.
Ooh, tomorrow night, game 5 coming up. What do you think, Brandon? What do you think, chat? Is it good night, New York?
Ooh.
Are the Knicks going to be able to keep Big Ray on life support there, or to keep him near? I'd say take him out of his misery, man. Big Ray's on this emotional roller coaster, you know.
Yeah, let's torture him a little bit more. Let's give the Knicks a win. No, I'm just kidding. I think the last time we saw him, he's doing a tough love angle with Nick Wayne, who's the current ROH TV champion. Yeah, they're doing something.
They've been on regularly.
Yeah, and the contract he cashed that in the middle of one of the Moxley Adam Copeland matches and turned into a 3-way, which is one of the dumbest finishes to a
that was at pay-per-view. Yeah, so yeah, Cage came in, cashed in, he ended up eating the fall, right?
Yep.
And then they turned around and had that rematch the next Dynamite with Mox and in Edge, and then Edge was kind of written off there by FTR. But Christian has reemerged, yes, with the family or whatever the hell they call them, the patriarch. And it's that tough fatherly love sort of deal.
Yeah, they've disappeared off TV for a month now, I want to say.
But yeah, that's how impactful it's been, that it's on every week and we don't remember it, which is a serious issue, medical issue. I think they're about to release like some pills for it. If you've watched AEW and can't retain any of the programming, even moments after it's ended, you're not alone. It's funny because you know I watch each and every week. I try to catch every episode. Regularly enjoy it. A lot of times, if I'm not here on the live chat, you know, it's great sitting here doing some other work. So, you know, if I hear something, boom, I'm going to pop up. So, you know, I find a lot of background for me. But I have been enjoying it. But I thought like something was wrong with me because I was like, man, I'm not retaining this shit. And I was asking Jimmy and the vet about it. And they're like, brother, don't worry. Like they cover it for us. They're getting paid big bucks, high-level executives here at HMG to cover AEW, and they're going through the same thing. Yes.
Store into the United States, 32 clubs, 11 cities, 4 weeks, 1 world champion.
That could have been a good story, having Hangman finally get what he in for, and all of a sudden Christian Cage, of all people, that creepy little bastard slides in and takes it from him. That
Trying
could be
to get a power bomb through the table here. This does not look like it's going to end well. All right, good. Just give the illusion. Don't. Have Megan get her bearings back here. All right. Clean break. I was holding my breath there. Far too often with the poor women's divisions, those do not work. As you guys witnessed quite a bit there with TNA this past week.
Ooh, that was rough. That was rough. Though at least they made that spot made sense and built to it.
Yeah, but I don't know the missing logic here. All right, so we're putting over, commentator's putting over, I'm putting over the divide and conquer. Before it was get rid of the gnat that is pestering you so you both can concentrate on Megan Bayne. Now you role reverse that. You've gotten rid of the main opposition. But how is she already up? How is Megan up before the people that put her in through the table? And why didn't they immediately turn their focus to go in there and take out Penelope? Penelope turned into freaking Hulk Hogan Superman there and started kicking the ass.
Yes, that's where we're kind of losing.
It should have ended immediately. You put Megan through that table. That's your big visual. You've taken her out of this element. You've eliminated her from it. And now you go in there and you take care of the gnat. Put Penelope down. Get the win real quick. That's the end of your match. What the hell are we doing here?
No idea. Well, as our boy Todd always says, because AEW.
Go home at the height. No one's going to be. They just look stupid as hell here. Oh my God. You got to be shitting me. This is the. And this is why it's so difficult when you're working on the indies and you're trying to run through something with some talents, and they ask to keep getting this retarded shit in is because they see this on television.
It rolls downhill because what happens, you see it on the main show, so you think this is what you need to do to get to that level. Like, no.
All right, so she's kicking out of this here from Megan. It is, and it's just not here. This is not just a shot at AEW. This is freaking everywhere. You're doing shit mid-match. It should be the memorable moments, the go-homes, the close. So now at this point, we have completely excused a big table spot. There's two coming together in a big moment to take Megan out of this thing to pick up a win. They've completely wasted that. Beyond that, I've completely forgotten why Harley's face is busted open. Now we're continuing on with these stupid-ass spots. Now we're going to get a Road Warrior takedown here. Did she miss her?
I'm not quite there yet. Oh, yeah, that was a whiff. Even from that angle, that was clearly a whiff.
Britt, Allie, and Anna Jay all got over to AEW match with blood. Did they? Only one's still employed, and she's pretty much irrelevant here. They're just she's feeder here for the Vegases. She's not even shown here on the screen. They probably only kept around and brought a pushback for her because she dumped old Jungle Jack. Somebody else is probably bagging it in the back.
Oh, Anna Jay and Jack Perry no longer together?
I read that somewhere. Maybe Jimmy T told me. He's like on to that TMZ shit in wrestling. Oh, Jesus. This is going to be terrible.
Oof. CEO. CEO.
What are you doing?
And that's 7 belts now because she's now back to Mercedes 4 belts.
4. Yeah.
Oh, she's doing the Eddie stuff with the lowrider. Come on. You're not Eddie Mercedes. CEO, no, indeed.
Women's World Championship at All in Texas Saturday, July 12th. Mercedes
that was terrible.
Number 1 contender, the woman that will challenge the Women's World Championship at All in Texas Saturday.
Yeah.
Mercedes and start face to face.
OPP, yeah, you know me.
And that is now 10 belts.
Damn, we're getting up there. Now, did you officially count Tony's, or we wait until she actually comes on air?
Wait until she actually comes on air.
I'm still getting these rules, man. I'm still getting these rules.
Yeah, and he's not trying to be Eddie. He's just being himself, and he's just coming. And there's a lot of similarities to Eddie.
Nothing I love more than multiple 6-man tag matches on a show.
No, for real.
Lab Rat, you jetting, man?
Oh no, he's saying he's out of the belt count.
Oh.
Who? Who are these guys?
I don't know. Win or lose, they booze, brother. What the shit?
So apparently they're a Ring of Honor act.
All right, now, okay, so they're from Ring of Honor. I'm unfamiliar with these guys. I am going to say that something does seem kind of entertaining. I would like to seen some vignettes, some fun things like with them with some pledges, some shit like that.
Yeah, there is a lot of creative stuff you can do with those guys. Absolutely. And get a lot out of them. What's up, Sonic? Good to see you, pal. Whoop, whoop.
They should absolutely just get their asses destroyed here, but all right, you've had enough time. We saw your little video package. You got some mic time. All right, right now, Joe should just tap one of these dudes out while Hobbs and here we go. Tap him out immediately.
They're at least playing the role of like those annoying, just shut the fuck up frat douche as well.
I don't dislike this group. I don't think they should be here right now. I would like seeing some vignettes out of them. You know, just don't assume that I watch Ring of Honor or anyone does. If that's indeed where they're from, I remember this guy. He was with Pillman, right? Shibata ready to kick some ass here. Okay. No, this dude should never be exchanging chops with Shibata.
And I could see a dumbass, cocky frat dude doing that. Oh, I can chop this guy.
No, it should have been one chop and his chest should have collapsed. And look at the other guys that are outside of like in the frat house. Not literally in it, but in the group here. And you're picking the biggest wiener looking one. Oh, scratch that. Here comes Wiener 2. That's what his name is, Griff Garrison. Couldn't think of his name.
Speaking of wrestlers that look like wieners, remember the Johnsons?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I do. All right. All the pledges are getting theirs. Yes, we don't care. Just people are running in the ring here. We're just going to let this go. All right. There we go. No paddling. Oh, fucked up that spot. All right. Thankfully, that is over.
Ooh, double fuck up on that.
You know what? Why? I mean, just you've got these guys. If you're going to bring them out to debut, I do not remember seeing them again. Some of the retention of what happens with AEW, not always clicking. Why would you bring them out at Beach Break, like your spring break show? Or at least introduce them to us there and then start giving them some job matches.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, that's the most obvious place you debut a gimmick like that.
Well, you think that logically, Brandon, but why are we also running spring break in Chicago and Cleveland? You know, those are hot destinations. All the kids want to rush to Cleveland and Chicago when the lake's fucking frozen for spring break.
How about winter is coming in Texas?
Yeah. As we debut in Argentina, AEW on the equator, winter is coming.
Yeah, the most year-round tropical area, pal.
I'm not totally against this frat house thing, but it's one of those things that even if you half-ass tried, it's going to be 1,000 times better than what we just saw.
This is like a case of scoliosis. Is there a cure? You tried taking the car yet? Stuck.
For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like minimum 40 everywhere. These guys experience dropping.
Baconator is sweet garnish.
All right, I gotta jump in on that son of Baconator for $3 before it goes away.
It's the same as putting your butt in the cushion.
I had them disappointed, highly disappointed.
It may have been a bad Wendy's. That'll happen. Sometimes you
I
gotta
don't
find
know,
the right
man.
location.
I mean, it's a regular Wendy's I go to. I don't have any other complaints with it. Might have just been that day or something.
I mean, yeah, it's possible.
I was let down.
Like these days, I try to make sure to go to certain places at certain times, like when they're their busiest and they got the fresh food coming.
This didn't work for me, brother. She didn't work for me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Ooh, gummy bears. Those are delicious. I wonder if I have some of those. I know it just sounds like a weird thing to just have gummy bears laying around, but I usually get them. I got a bag of batteries, but those aren't going to taste good. I usually grab gummy bears to snack on at the track.
Nice.
Well, because there's something I can like put in my have to snack on, but if I got it in my mouth, I can still talk.
Wow, look who's getting their fix for kicks and dead. Plus all the fancy stuff.
Get me dicks, pal. I need the Omos, the Lashley, the Lesnar.
Hey, I'm going to mute real quick. I got to call, make a phone call.
here in El Paso. I apologize for this, folks. This is second place. She's been trying to trip.
Now, who's this chick?
The Toxic Spider Tekla, pal.
Oh, sorry, I'm an idiot.
No, I have no idea who this is either.
Uh-oh. She can do a back handstand.
Like it's yeah, she looks like a 70s couch.
Well, I will say one thing very, very positive about that segment. It was like 60 seconds.
Yeah, for real.
Something special. Continues to make waves in the United States. And this is by far the most famous luchador of history. I love your heads to the open shake-up. Look at the high flying ability of Mystico. One of the biggest draws in the history. Biggest star, biggest headliner.
Now we got our big partnership with C-Mill. We got to make sure we're highlighting that.
How much you want to bet like Tony Khan now sees as like an international war between him and WWE?
Tony Khan sees a lot of shit. Except good wrestling. Actually, isn't C-Mill kicking Triple A's ass down there?
I'm not sure of.
Pretty sure they're the top promotion in Mexico.
Honestly, for right now, if CML is the top promotion in Mexico right now, that's kind of good for AAA and TKO, WWE. That gives them something to fight for.
Oh, that'll change immediately. As soon as you get the WWE machine, their promotion, their production, you get that back, and they'll take that number one spot. If it needs to be taken back, I'm not exactly sure. Has he always had that golf ball size lump on his head?
On who? Fletcher's?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Ooh, yeah, damn, what is that?
I don't look good. You might want to have that checked out.
Yeah, for real, dude. That's 11 belts.
Oh, here we go. We're getting up there.
Yeah, get me Thicla, pal.
Who's doing Sky Blue? We were talking about call-ups. Looking here at the sheets, they're saying even Ricky Saints, formerly Ricky Starks, is set for a call-up. I guess they just assume everybody losing titles or title shots is call-up time, but that's interesting with Ricky Saints. Do you think just call him up to put him in something with Cody? Or, I mean, I'm wondering where he fits into those plans.
That would not be a bad spot for him. He doesn't put him as an ally of Cody's.
Been that he was actually, they wanted him, as other rumors we heard, in that tag match at Money in the Bank, but he is nowhere near ready, capable to go out there and do something like that. So they had to pull a pivot and go with Logan Paul, which to me, absolutely good trade-off there. But I don't know. I see that where they would want Travis Scott, you invested that time in there with him. You gave him 2 big spots, big time investment in the attention that you gave him, hoping for that PR pool, that rub there, and you want to pay that off, and to have him kind of fall short on you.
I just think he would need.
Go ahead.
I think he need more time developing or letting the crowd and the viewers get to know him, and that's a friendship and attachment with Cody. Let that build and develop. Then, like that's
what I'm saying there with Saints. You know, I'm trying to think where else he fits in, or because there's a lot of shit going on. But like you're saying, Brad, we need to tell that story. If he just don't have him show up with Cody and be like, "Hey man, hey dog, what's going on?" No. Don't just assume that we know the dirt sheet shit from AEW.
It's one of Tony Khan's biggest mistakes, and it was. Did you listen to the Keeping It 100 and they had Brian Alvarez on?
I have not.
He talked about how one thing he learned about Tony Khan is that Tony Khan has an amazing memory. Like he can, at the snap of a finger, tell you what match happened, what date, what show, what venue, and everything leading up to that. But his problem is he forgets. Not everybody has his memory.
All right, so he remembers all of this amazing wrestling that he supposedly watched as a kid, right?
Yes.
Then why the hell aren't we getting any of it? I mean, it's very simple basics of storytelling, of match structure, of things that we need to be happening. I've seen him. He's claimed that he's watched the territories, that he watched Crockett. Big fan of the NWA, WCW, ECW. He was over the top. He was a huge mark for all that. Apparently, I love those same promotions. About the same age. Did the same things he did. I was involved in fantasy booking, role play wrestling, all that shit. I was just consuming and taking everything in completely different. Watching the same product, we saw completely different because I would be doing 100% the opposite of what the hell he's doing right now.
Thing is,
my parents gave me a good life. Pretty successful, but a little pissed at them. They're not billionaires, sons of bitches. Fucking bad parenting.
Just from like seeing again from some stuff we've seen on Cash Rate and the Marks and some of the way he acts, I can kind of see something where he gets the love, the attention that he didn't get from other sources when he was younger, or at least from the internet wrestling community. So that's why he goes in that direction.
No, wrong direction. I don't know. Speaking of Brian Alvarez, though, he was on this week over at the 2-Man Power Trip, as we also know. One of my new homes, weekly homes, the 2-man power trip with the 10 count. Paz had a number of guests there. But, ladies and gentlemen, on Apple Podcasts, U.S. rankings this week, number 2 on Apple Pods, number 2 in America, baby. 2-man power trip. How about that? Yeah. Number 2. Only podcast platform that beat us is What's Your Story with Stephanie McMahon. We beat Van Leet. We beat Bischoff. We beat Cornette twice. Beat some heavy hitters there. 2-man power trip, number 2. All because of me. I've only been there since before WrestleMania. Look at this shit, man.
Congrats, pal. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. RBV is ratings, baby.
Grab Kind Protein Max to keep you going. With 1 gram total sugar and peanuts in a crispy texture, a tasty way to get to 20 grams of protein.
He who shall not be named.
Protein.
Acid that causes heartburn for 24 hours. Secret, feel the difference.
Applebee's all you can eat is back.
Secret combines 2 ingredients to block acid that causes heartburn for 24 hours.
What else we got going on, Brandon, this week? On a Friday night, I might be able to join you Friday. It looks like we got rain in here, so I might not be at the track.
Let's see. Tomorrow night we got TNA Impact. Friday we record SmackDown. Saturday we're gonna do. I think it's a late start of Money in the Bank.
No, that's next week.
Oh, that's next week. I thought it was this week.
June 7th.
Okay, cool. Good shit then. All right.
Yeah, you got another week.
All right, cool. Then it's HMG After Dark on Saturday, as well as Sunday.
Yeah, they're actually giving you a week off from a premium live event. How nice of them, right?
Yeah, especially after this past weekend. Damn. And that Worlds Collide event's looking like it's shaping up to be interesting. Like, there's a 4-way in there where you got somebody from the SmackDown roster, 2 NXT guys, and then 1 guy who appears in both AAA and TNA.
That's that entire weekend, right?
That same day.
Yeah, that same day. You got the Worlds Collide in the afternoon, then Money in the Bank in the evening.
Yep.
I don't know if I'll be with the live stuff on that. There's a local show that I really want to go to. A guy that I've worked with real close with, an old friend. He's getting inducted into a local Hall of Fame. I'd like to be there for that.
Oh, cool. Nice. Congrats.
B.A. Bundy, the baddest bike on this side of the rally.
But right now, you see Fletcher stopping him in his tracks. To become an issue for Cole, or maybe not. And I've seen Cole. Cole is a big match fighter. He is a champion. He's showing that resilience now, Doc. Absolutely. Listen, Cole is an all-timer. He's fantastic.
All right, let's do it here. Come on.
Chickens before they hatched on Adam Cole. Fought long and hard to become.
What kind of title change here? Tell you the truth.
He's looking for pinfall stars here. Up to the corner, but not spaghetti legs.
Oh, baby destroyer. All right, here comes Polo Helmet. Another lame finish.
Currently at 11.
1-1. Where are Cole's buddies at? I mean, you're not on standby. You don't foresee the Callis family doing something like this? Not like they do it every time.
Yeah, but why would you cost your guy a title, though?
Yes, that's again, what makes me want to go beat my head against a fucking wall.
Because AEW. Sorry, Todd.
I would like that T-shirt. You should get this printed, man. I would buy one. Oh, Jesus. Right. All right. My head hurts. I am going to jump out here, Brandon. I know a little early here, but down show. I'd like to get a jump on some finishing up my laundry, if that's all right, brother.
It's all good, man. Yeah, this has been a pretty show tonight.
I hate to leave you hanging here. I know you're used to it, man. I got to get up early. I got some voiceover stuff to do for the track for some upcoming events. So we get get the pipes rested, finish up some laundry here. Got a big day for some track stuff, and get some hopefully some personal news I'll be able to share with everybody. But I'll share that with you off air. I can't share it yet. I had to sign an NDA for something. So
yeah, pal.
Yeah, I actually did. So.
All right, man. Thanks for stopping.
All right, RB. If we get rain, I'll hopefully see you Friday night with my notebook ready to go to take them notes to get ready for this weekend's Smack Attack. I always got the notebook here with timestamps and notes, things that we're talking about. So, hey, make sure you join us this weekend to Smack Attack. As always, hey, if you haven't, go back this past Monday, man. Ben was on a heater.
That's on my lineup to listen to tomorrow when I'm not doing deliveries.
There we go. Channel Attitude, $5, man. You get all that stuff and listen to it anytime, man. He was hot this week. Really just talking how creative is right here, right now, and people are eating it up. And with just simple changes, how it could be up here. And really, they're doing great business, great revenue, great gates. They're selling big pops, but they're not selling characters and they're not selling stories. Why can't we have everything? Is that too greedy? Why can't we have our cake and eat it too? Why do we have to have these shitty characters, this shitty storytelling, and zero connection with the audience? Simple fixes, and Ben's laying it out there. What got me on this week's locker room, though, is he was from the vault there at Ravens Joint, and they had an advertisement of Harold and Kumar hanging up behind him. So it had like a big old delicious White Castle, so I just kept staring at that slider the whole time.
I was thinking about getting that for dinner tonight, but it's like us a National Hamburger Day. They're probably going to be packed, so it's like, yeah, I'm not.
It is.
Yep. Yeah, I got an email from Rallies. They had like a $3 deal they had today.
I didn't see that. Shit, I would have had a cheeseburger. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. I was thinking about all you could eat wings from Beat Ups tomorrow.
Ooh. Yeah, the problem with that is you gotta sit down and eat there, but I'm sure that's not an issue though.
Yeah, $25 for bone in. That's a lot of wings, dude.
Yeah, you gotta be able to put those down.
Yeah, so you got to go in hungry. And they try to sucker you in by giving you fries every time. It's just like, I don't need that shit. Just keep bringing the fucking wings.
Yep, it's carbs to keep you from eating the wings.
But think of that, $25. That's probably only like what? 15 wings, though, if you just bottom straight up. So as long as you could get that many down, 15, 16 wings down, you probably get your money's worth.
Yeah, or you could go to Wingstop and get their 20 for 20.
I don't know if it's real. I did see this. I don't know if someone made it up. I saw it real quick.
It's real. I have the app. It's in there.
All right. So for the chat, Wingstop is running an ad. If Finn Balor wins a match, you get 5 free wings with your order or something?
Okay, that I did not know about. That's the first I'm getting to that. I'm talking about the 20 wings for $20 deal.
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. I saw a Wingstop WWE. I don't know if it was real. I saw it really quick when I was actually clicking on the link to get to this show. So hit me up on socials if that is real. I thought it was hilarious because they're not going to be giving away a lot of wings because Finn Balor doesn't win a lot of matches.
Oh, yeah, they've actually made a effort of pointing out his win-loss record. which makes me think they're going somewhere with that.
So we got Fighter Fest, a 4-hour special. Thanks for just telling us how much time we have to waste on your programming.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a rough one to get through next week.
Is that it? Is that one?
Yeah, that's next week. It's a 4-hour Dynamite next week.
Oh my God! What? I thought it was like a pay-per-view or something.
No, yeah, it's right there on the little thing, like 4-hour special next week.
Oh, all right. I'm out of here. I love you, Brandon. I'll talk to you, man.
Hey, man, take care.
All right.
RBV pal. Sure you check him out on the 10 count. RBV Eats. Some Smack Attack. Whoop, whoop. I'm going to look that up. Finn Balor Wingstop? Hang on.
Alexander out to the floor. Josh Alexander. Body shots there, but he got that one. Bingo. That's straight out of her. Big drop right there. Smart move by Josh. Sliding shoulder into the post 10. Brody's in a lot of trouble. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything official out of Wingstop. Okay, thank you for that clarification, Lab Rat. No, apparently it is it's a block of Dynamite and Collision. It's still a 4-hour show. All right, Todd. Always a pleasure hanging out and chilling with you, man. Whoop whoop. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Hope to catch you on tomorrow on one of the other shows. And again, congrats again to a great career as timekeeper. Whoop whoop. We're still at 11 belts.
This weekend on Saturday, Collision will air coast to coast at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Immediately following Game 6 of the NBA playoffs on TNT and at Collision, we will see the up to qualified matches. Claudio Cassioli, Commander, and Master Barada versus HMG. Seeing it experience confidence on a man who's gigantic. Josh Alexander is a guy who's not intimidated by size because he knows he has the technique to take Brody off his feet, to make Brody hurt. Wrapping the left hand around the ring post end. Absolutely everything with Alexander is layers. He's building move upon move tasks. That's in Big Brody. He just keeps just keep that. Josh Alexander with momentum. Fans don't go anywhere because this match continues on TV.
Oh, geez. Picture in picture again.
now streaming on Max.
Friday on CBS.
He's gonna have some more tacos and nachos. Eat. I'm very happy personally that Olive Garden's gotten a delivery game because that means I can go to their. It means I can start picking them up from DoorDash. Whoop whoop. Oh, some delicious food, pal. Yeah, give me that Briumvie, pal. And just getting this out there now, we're not doing that full 4 hours next week. We're doing Dynamite, cutting it off there. Whoop whoop. Are you looking at my headgear?
This is dangerous. Some huge man, two very large athletes that are standing on the tightrope. As I think it might be it. This might be the night that. Well, listen, you pointed something out, the intelligence about the experience for every right. It's cold. It's too careful. But drop the all down. He put himself into his position. He opened himself up I think the one thing I'm glad for the last 2 times, I've seen these men wrestle. Shines on the line next Wednesday.
It's a final break of the evening. We're the action as long as it takes. As long as
Yeah, it's like 10 hours. Yeah, it's usual 2 hours and going over to Twitch. Whoop, whoop.
really hard. The bigger a guy is when you suplex him on a hard surface like
So absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And then we got that sit down with Mercedes and Tony, pal. Whoop, whoop.
Now, the only thing with this is she hasn't done a lot of work on the legs. She's been focused on her. I might go for a Kimura task.
yeah, fair. But you know, right? Yeah, otherwise it was a double wrist lock. But size of Brody's feet, a giant foot. It's easy to get a good grip, even though he lost it there.
But Brody using those, that is a Brady boy.
To hammer on the side of the head, Josh Alexander.
It's all technique. I mean, Josh Alexander's a strong guy, but you don't get a guy Brody's size up on a backdrop without great technique.
Yeah, dude, for real. Like, what are they thinking with this show tonight? This show has been nothing but just like, who gives a shit about any of this tonight?
Split open. I'm not sure if it's a laceration or if it's the nose. Brody King, he might have actually come down at Alexander's face. Absolutely, and that's what can happen on a German. You know, when done a certain way, the guy lands on your bush. But I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of a hole above the eyebrow on the face of Alexander. What the hell is he doing here? Maybe a moonsault?
Alexander.
The knees up from Brody King. Come back there. And now,
It's the right moment. The blood continues to flow for Josh Alexander.
it's got to be it. He got 46 on it. He didn't get the win, but he fought hard.
Yeah, all credit to Josh Alexander, but Brody King, the first to qualify, oh my God, to face Kenny Omega 1 week from tonight at Fyter Fest in the 4-way match and for the AEW International Championship.
Brody King didn't even want referee Bryce Wrestler to raise the right arm. I got to say, this guy looks like John's going to hit the face with a bowling ball.
That's how hard Brody King can hit, and that is what Kenny Omega is going to have to contend with next week at Fyter Fest.
Unfortunately for Alexander, Ian, I think there's some stitches in his future.
You're absolutely right, Tom. Well, Brody King, victorious here tonight, potentially one victory away from playing the AEW International Championship next week. A special 4-hour broadcast from Denver, Colorado, AEW Fyter Fest. Who will be the other two men to join.
Looks like unless we get a swerve, our final count for tonight will end up being 12. Whoop, whoop.
Claudio Castagnoli and Commander will go one-on-one here tonight. I'm sure Claudio has some revenge on his mind from the Continental Classic that wrapped up last year. Plus, Mr. Dorada and Cicero, two rivals in CMLL, will bring the battle to collision this Saturday night. Plus, Sky Blue returns to action against me and Shirakawa this Saturday night. And we will also have RPG Vice and the Alpha Kenosuke Takeshita taking on Rock Strong, Tomohiro Ishii. But right now, let's head to the back where I understand Kyle Fletcher is standing by.
Okay, at least they're following up with Kyle Fletcher going like, what the fuck? Why was my team out there? They cost me this match. What the fuck? So I'll give them credit. At least they followed it up with Kyle Fletcher being pissed off at his own team. Like, what the you cost me in the match? What the fuck?
Tonight, we heard from the match winner, Hangman Adam Page, over our broadcast. Tonight, we will hear from the CEO, Mercedes Moné, the number one contender, the winner, the 2025 All Heart Foundation Women's Tournament, to close things down here tonight. Absolutely, the CEO.
And we've already seen these belts, so we're not counting them. They are part of the 11 that we're at. One sec, Smoky Toki time. Whoop whoop. And that is 12 belts. Yep, unless we get some kind of a swerve, it's the final count is 12. Whoop, whoop.
Tony, darling, we finally meet. But I know these AEW fans are so sick of the black and white and want champion fall of color.
Hello, Mercedes. I have waited so long for you. And you've remained undefeated. But you have never once spoke to me. You have never once looked at me. You said that you've been watching me since before you even came here. You told Anthony Khan that this was the one match you wanted to have. So, darling, what took you so long?
Yeah, give me instant mute, pal.
What took me so long, darling? Patience, darling, patience. You see, this is not about you, Tony. This is about me and my legacy. And you think I'm just going to go around backstage shaking anybody's hand when I am the Beyonce of women's wrestling? You got to be kidding me. Tony, do you not know who I am? I am the standard. I am the conversation. I am the blueprints. I am the revolution.
Well, I'm the Tony Storm of professional wrestling, and I swear to God, you have never been anyone like me.
You're right, Tony. You see, this girl, this shy, nervous Tony Storm that I met 10 years ago, you are very different. But I'm different too. You see, I'm not a boss anymore. I'm a CEO. And I have beaten the very best all over the world, from Mexico, Japan, England, and now all in Texas. I'm bringing it home. And we will have the greatest men's match of all time.
You know, we have so many similarities. We both started so young. We both struggled on the indies. We both found success. We were given trophies. We were given flowers. And when that wasn't enough, we left it all behind to follow our hearts. And in AEW, we became exactly who we are meant to be. But there's just one glaring difference. While you want all the titles, I need only one. I have lived for this. I have cried for this. I have bled for this. And I have died for this.
Tony's killing it, pal.
So if you want to ride the money train through the Tony Tunnel, I just hope you can get deep enough
Tony, darling, not even your hips are wide enough for the money train.
Okay, that was actually a good comeback from Monet. That was actually a good one.
Somewhere in the world, a little girl with big dreams will be watching, and she will say, "Oh, these bitches are crazy." She will find out who the better woman is. See, Mercedes, I sincerely believe that you are the greatest of all time. But unfortunately for you, I happen to be tall. Yes.
Tony, you may call yourself timeless, but what you deserve is for your time to come to an end. I'll see you at All In.
See you at All In, darling.
That was the best you could come up with, Monet. Do you here's something they could do with Tony Storm and I think would work and be brilliant, but they would not have the balls to do it. You have a woman play like one of the women on the roster they start developing a homophobic character. They become the number one contender to Tony Storm. So Tony Storm, her being legitimately bisexual, how easy would it be for her to basically be the female gold dust to get in her opponent's head? It's right there. But it looks like that is it for the watch along tonight, pal. Whoop whoop. Tomorrow, of course, we got the TNA Impact watch along. Friday Locker Room. SmackDown watch along. Saturday, Smack Attack. HMG After Dark. Lucha Underground. We're picking that back up. Sunday, of course, The Wreckage. And then Sunday night, HMG After Dark once again. Going back to Shorzy. Picking up where we left off there. And of course, Monday Locker Room, Raw watch along, Impact Attack. But as far as tonight goes, the party continues in about 15, 20 minutes. Twitch.tv/LG Brandon whoop whoop. Hope to see you there. Use that time to go to the bathroom, get yourself something to eat, get yourself something to drink, get yourself something to smoke, whatever it is you need to do. And hope to see you there. If not, have a great rest of your night. And hope to catch you on one of the other shows. Much love. Yeet, yeet. Take care, y'all. Yeah, final bell count, 12. 12.